welcome back to our podcast. This is Dad Read This. I'm Dad, and this is
Kailani, and this is
all right. And
Jacob.
We have our special guest on today, Jacob. And so Jacob is coming to us to talk to us about one of his books that he enjoyed, which was, I think we're talking about The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson.
Yes, good job, Joe.
So one of the things you're going to learn, Jacob, is I always forget the names of things. So this is something that Kailani is good at saying when I can't remember what the name of things are. All right. So I always like to start these off with little known facts about the author.
But
so
I feel
this
like,
is
hold on. I feel like we've done so many Brandon Sanderson books, though, that, like, how are there any more facts?
We've never done little known facts about Brandon Sanderson.
Really?
Every time we've done one of his books, we never sat down and read the book. I don't think we did this for oh, that's not true, because we did that for the painted,
yeah,
what is it, Umi and the Painter?
Yumi and then Yumi.
But I know we didn't talk about the stuff I'm about to talk about.
Okay.
Just give me a chance.
Okay.
Just give me a chance.
Yeah, come on, Kailani.
I know, I need to get it together. This is my bad.
I mean, obviously, the first thing we should mention is that he is a Mormon. We all have that in common. We were at Mormon at some point in our lives.
At some point in our lives, yes.
At some point.
He served a full-time mission in South Korea.
Oh.
I think that's a little known fact. And it's nothing that we've never talked about. I know that.
I actually didn't know that, but it makes sense.
I did, only because I'm a big old fan and I've read a lot of Reddit posts about him.
All right. Well, I didn't know that, and I feel like I'm a big fan. Let's see. What else is he got his first job unloading trucks at a bookstore. Let's see. He has a very consistent writing schedule. Actually, I knew this about him. I think this is very well known. He like writes so many words every day. That's one of his things. He also is he has won the Hugo Award for a novella. The novella that he won the award for was called Emperor's Soul, and he won that in 2013. Yeah.
Man.
So I thought that would be some good, interesting. Obviously, he teaches a course at BYU about magic systems and world building and pacing. He actually has an online course that's for free. So that same course that he does at BYU, you can just go to YouTube. And if you spend a little bit of time, you could find it on YouTube. It's very interesting. I sat through at least
I've listened to a bit of it. I've listened to a bit of it too. Like it's fascinating how his mind works and just like the world building that he does. I really enjoy.
He does a lot of world building.
A lot of it. Yep.
Yeah.
Because yes, I didn't discover Brandon Sanderson until I was reading Wheel of Time through Robert Jordan, until like I got to the last 3 books and I was like, oh, who was this other guy?
Yeah, so that's exactly how I found him as well. Like when I was reading the Wheel of Time, I was like, obviously the Wheel of Time, I want to say took 20 years to get through the whole series, and Robert Jordan ends up dying like two-thirds of the way through the series. And so my brother and I were like, we were really upset. We were really pissed that he died. And we're like, okay, well, this bastard died and didn't finish these damn books. And
how dare
we were excited when... Right, exactly. How dare he? Actually, this is a funny story. My brother calls me once, and I'm like, hey, man, how's it going? And all he said was, that bastard. And I knew immediately who he was talking about. I'm like, I know, it's terrible, isn't it? That son of a bitch died on us. So anyway, that's how I found out Brandon Sanderson. And then I think Mistborn was the first the first series that I read from him.
Yep.
Specifically. And so although I did reread this week, this is actually like, I want to say the third, maybe fourth time I've read this series. And I'm just going to say this. It's the second time I've read this series this year. So I've read it quite a few times. But I'm excited.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
That's just the start,
I'm excited
Kailani.
to talk
Also,
about it.
Yeah, we also, guys, I just want to say I finished the book. I actually read the whole thing this time. Last book, I didn't finish
that's
it.
true. Last book, she didn't finish, so we're excited that she finished this one.
So I'm going to...
Hey, have you read the Rhaenyra series? Have you ever read
No,
Rhaenyra
I have
Chronicles?
not.
I would totally recommend that book. It's a series, and I would recommend reading the Rhaenyra Revelation. It's a great book, kind of the same vibe as this. Don't read the first series, the prequel, because that was what we read through, and Kailani couldn't get through it.
I was literally
she put it on the DNR like a
DNF.
third of the way through the book. DNF.
Yeah.
I mean,
So anyway,
what is a DNF if not a DNR?
True. You're right.
What is DNR? Do not read. That's what I was.
Do not resuscitate.
Right.
That's a proper medical term.
So anyway, I love Brandon Sanderson. I'm a huge Brandon Sanderson fan. I read a bunch of his books, and Kailani just lost a bet.
I saw. I was going to bring it up. I went to I checked the videos before this video, before this, and I noticed Joe had about 20 more likes. Kailani, sounds like you're getting into the Stormlight Archive, girl. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with Way of Kings.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the one. And she's thick.
Yeah.
So be ready.
That's why I'm not ready. This is going to be one that I'm going to have to do the audiobook and the physical book and go back and forth between chapters.
Yeah.
Because, that's what I did with this one. And, I need to be able to... my whole life needs to be that book if I'm going to, get it done.
Yeah, it's a long one. And I think maybe what we should do is do some check-ins. Halfway through the book, we could get Jake on here again and talk about it. And then the other half, we'll get someone else to talk about the other half. But today we're talking about the Alloy of Law, and the thing that we should remember about the Alloy of Law, it is the second, era. Second era.
It's commonly
of the
referred to as
Mistborn.
Era 2.
Yeah, Era 2.
And
There's
Era
actually
3
Era
is
3
being
coming
written right
coming
now.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Era 3
It's going to be coming out.
Did you hear him read the first chapter?
No, because I want to go in fresh. I don't want to participate in the early chapter releases.
And then I was like, no, I can't. I just want to read the whole thing. I don't want to.
Yep, I give it.
Yeah.
Because you, if I recall, Joe, you're also an audiobook guy, correct?
Yeah.
So, Michael Kramer is just...
Yeah.
That is the usual Brandon Sanderson narrator. Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
He talks so slow, though. I literally did 2 times speed because I was like, oh my god, you're
no one does it at regular speed, does it? That's probably why he's talking so slow.
Yeah,
we're all gonna speed it up.
No one does that.
You listen to audiobooks on regular speed, Jake?
Cause I also do stuff as I'm doing it, so it's like ADHD brain regulates me into just going. If that makes sense.
That's what I do too. Normally I'm trying to do something like working out in the garage or whatever. So yeah. But anyway, so Alloy of Law, this is a great book. Let's talk about the book.
Oh yeah, we should talk about the book, yeah.
We're dancing around the book, but let's talk about the book. First of all, Kailani, this is obviously your first read of this series of this era of Mistborn. Let's start off with your thoughts on the book.
Yeah. I definitely liked it. It was not what I expected. I did not expect a mystery type vibe from it. I knew it was going to be a Western type thing, but yeah, so that was surprising. The characters were very fun. Wayne was Wayne. That's, if you know, you know. And
Yeah.
wait, I really liked Marcy though. I think she was my favorite character because she was literally just like, here's all these crazy facts, and also the roughs are gross, and I'd like to wear dresses, please. But I can also shoot a gun.
That's funny. Yeah, I totally agree, but I would say, first of all, Wayne is the best.
Facts.
Like, I love Wayne.
Hard facts.
Yeah, I think
And Kailani, you're not going to get it until you get it.
I mean, like, Wayne is a cool guy. I don't dislike him. He's, like, very eccentric, and I was not ready for Brandon Sanderson to have a character like that. I don't think... It's surprising.
Are you saying a kleptomaniac? You're not expecting him to have a kleptomaniac in the book?
Well, I mean, he's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, in the first book, it's very clear he has a kleptomaniac problem. He's a klepto. He can't walk past the table without picking up something.
Joe. It's not the same.
Yeah, and I was gonna say they add a little twist to it because he tries to trade things, but nobody wants the shit he's trading.
Wait, my favorite one was that at the end, Wax was like, oh, that book is worth way more than he thought it was. Like, I gotta talk to him about this one.
The what? What was it?
It was like a book or something. I think it happened in, like, the epilogue.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, if I recall, it wasn't it. I didn't think it was a book. I thought it was like a gun or like aluminum something or other.
Oh, maybe.
But basically,
he definitely had aluminum.
Yeah.
He was definitely trading aluminum, which is supposed to be more valuable than gold.
Which is hilarious to me because it's aluminum.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Well, that's because modern processing was not done yet. So they just technologically haven't got there. So at the time, naturally occurring aluminum is just not
very
really
rare.
A big thing. Yeah.
The other thing, too, is they were talking about how they were coming up with a process to make aluminum in the series. I don't remember if it's this book, but one of the other books, they're like, yeah, pretty soon this will be cheap and everyone will get it from everywhere. But right now it's super expensive. But yeah. So, first of all, let's talk about our main characters. Obviously, we've already talked a little bit about Wayne, our kleptomaniac, but he is not the main character. The main character in this is
Waxilium.
Waxilium.
Waxilium Ladrian.
Waxilium Ladrian, who is a descendant from Lord Ladrian, right? He is actually a descendant from one of the original characters from the original series. So he is what they call a Great Lord, which means his family is rich, but he grows up basically like, excuse me, in the Wild West. He doesn't grow up in the city. And so when he comes, first of all, that whole beginning thing where he's, his girlfriend dies, like, that's crazy. Like, it's the first thing he gives you is this reason why he has to get out of the Wild West. And he's dealing with depression and all this other stuff. And I thought, what a great way to set up a book, right? That first book, you're barely learning about his girl. I don't know what else to call her, but his girlfriend, right?
They were married at the time.
No, he's never been married. Right?
I'm pretty sure they were married, Dad.
No, they were married. He had a rough wedding. Joe.
That's right. He was married. Because I just remembered today that because I'm listening to the whole series, right? I didn't want to listen to.
I was gonna say I don't know if Kailani told you, but I sent her a message on Instagram like a week or two ago. I was like, hey, so I accidentally just like cranked through the whole thing again. Whoopsie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoops. I mean,
no, I think that's great.
They're so good. They're so good and just so easy to just go.
Yeah. I'm right now at the beginning of Bands of Mourning, and in this one, he actually said, Wayne says at the beginning of it, like, marriage is something you get worse at the more you do it. And since this was his second time, it wasn't really that didn't speak volumes. But yeah, and then so you have these great characters. There's Wax and Wayne, which, you know, I've seen some great stickers that are Wax and Wayne Detective Agency, which I really love. I need to get me some of those. But they basically are, you know, two crime fighters. They're a dynamic duo, if you will. And they're not Mistborn, but they're
Twin
Metalborn.
Metalborn, right?
Oh, and they are both twinborn, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're twinborn. That's right.
I pass a pop quiz on this book.
Right on. Yeah. So tell us what it means to be twinborn, Kailani.
Oh, okay. Because I passed the pop quiz, I can tell
Because
you.
you did. You already know.
Yeah, no,
You done said it.
It's when you're an allomancer and a ferrochemist. That's how.
Ferrochemist, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I read it. I did not listen to it when I learned that word, so my brain is always confused about how to say it because I was like physically reading it the first time.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But cool. I'm really used to being interrupted and then just shutting up because of my father over here. So.
Oh my stars! Just oh my
Yeah,
stars.
Joe. No one wants to hear it. No.
That's all right. I don't mind.
Yeah, it's just the truth. I mean, I've got hours and hours of proof, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway. Yeah. So, but the thing is like, so my brain is like, how did that happen? And then I was also thinking about how all of the ferrochemists before were all like, they all had all of them. Because they only, right? Like in Terrace, they all had all of them.
Not really.
Sazed was
didn't.
the last full ferrochemist.
Oh.
Yeah, because that girl that he liked, she only had like a specific one.
Tindwyl?
Yeah, Tindwyl.
Tyndall. My heart.
Who doesn't love Tindwyl?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there's our main characters.
Oh,
Wax,
and Miles.
Wayne. Miles' 100 Lives.
That guy.
We don't find out about Miles' 100 Lives until later, but
he's our villain.
What are the girls' names?
Steris.
Marcy and Steris.
Marcy and Steris, right.
But Steris becomes irrelevant pretty quickly. Like, she's there, and
In
then we're
this
like,
book.
let's go see. Yes.
Yeah, I checked myself there for a second. I was like, don't
Let's
hate.
not say anything else.
Don't.
Don't hate.
I don't hate.
And
I have no
Kailani,
hate towards Steris.
So,
but you're correct. She
week,
did. It was very quickly. She was just like not
kidnapped.
an issue.
I mean, we'll just say it. She gets kidnapped early on, and I love the idea that they have this kind of arranged marriage, Steris and
it's so formal.
Wax. Yeah, it's so formal that she has a 22-page contract that covers everything about their relationship, right? Just everything. And when you first hear of it, it's a total turnoff. You do not, like, I don't know about you, but I was like, that's, like, who is this person? And who would come up with this? But the more you read the rest of the series, the more you kind of fall in love with her.
Yeah.
Like by Bands of Mourning, you really start to get like who she is and how valuable she is to the group. But at that first book, she's nothing. Right?
Yeah,
She's
really
just,
not really. Like you get that little sprinkle. It's like a planting of a seed.
Yeah.
To grow into the next books, you know.
And it's clear she has like the worst case of OCD ever. Right?
Well, Joe, one might call that autism.
Well, a lot of people might.
It is pretty tizzy.
Yeah,
Given the
it is.
tizzy.
She definitely got the.
I'm just saying she's got lists on lists On lists,
On
one might
lists.
say.
Yeah. Well, not in this book. In this
Not
book,
yet.
she only
Yeah,
has
exactly.
the contract.
That's true.
In this book, we're only aware of this contract that she created, and it's very clear. Like she has already set herself up for a failure with this marriage, because she's like, listen, I know you're not going to really like me, so this is the contract we're going to make, so that you have to pretend that you like me, so that this marriage thing will work, right? I'm going to give you all the money, and you're going to give me the title.
Okay, and then the other thing that I was thinking about was how I'm pretty sure it was Breeze that was like dating this like 20-year-old, but then like, and obviously Wax is definitely into Marcy, because how could he not be? Because I'm into Marcy. Like, she's so much cooler than everyone else. But like, there's clearly something going on there. And like, is this just weird age thing, hereditary? Like, is that what's happening?
I'm gonna do a hot take here. I don't even think it's a hot take. Ariane, Breeze's little girlie, she was the hunter. It was not him. He did not want that. How many times was he like not didn't want it, but like he knew?
Yeah,
it was like,
wasn't his idea. She was chasing him in order to get close.
I mean, she was like using allomancy to get to him. Like, she was like anything to get to him.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I'll write your all your emotions. Let's go, Breezy. Like, come on.
But that was all to get close to that group, right? And I obviously.
Yeah, but then she just fell in love in general, and so it just didn't work.
But anyway, so great story though, right? They give you this great little idea of the Vanishers. That's what they're dealing with, and it's basically these people who, when they take over these trains, they don't just take over the train; they vanish certain parts of the train, and like all of the money, where all the money is in cargo, that stuff vanishes. And at the time when this is all going down, Wax he's convinced he's never going to be a lawman again. He puts his guns away, and he's trying to live the life of a lord and take care of his house and all of his finances. And he's doing that for a while. And that's when our good friend Wayne comes in. Right?
That scene, that first really scene, because I thought it was such a fun introduction to the way that, like, different, like, Mistborn power or elementic powers that we did not see in the original series, and all of a sudden it's like, time stops. And it's like, oh, that's not really a thing we've seen before. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, normally, like, I would go back, because, like, in the back of the book, it has the list of, like, all of the metals and what they do and what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not do that because I'm like, okay, now there's so freaking many, like, there's no point. Because before there was only 8, and now there is 16.
Right. 16.
And then there's, like, the rule. And then so I was, like, reading the titles, and I'm like, what's the lost metal? There's already 16. And then I realized it's atium, because they used it all, but it comes back, like, obviously, like, I haven't read it, but, like, it literally, like, in the book, it's like, as it used, it, like, regenerates in the other place, so they just have to, sorry, that's off topic.
That enters into a fun theological discussion about the Cosmere, and I don't know if we have time for that in this podcast.
Right. So I will say this, though, just to put everyone's mind at ease, in this series, atium is never seen. Like, I don't recall any scenes that have anything to do with atium.
No, because it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
But then the other thing, what was the other metal where I think it was with Miles, and he was like, I can see my past, like, it was like he was seeing like 2 different versions of himself. Was that what it was?
Yeah, that's gold.
No, that's gold. Yeah, that's gold. Because he was a double gold twin born.
Because he can see. That was the whole power of that metal, is that when you burn that metal, you see yourself split into 2 different people. Like the person
of like what you could have been. Yeah.
and the person you are kind of deal. And you don't see just one version of yourself. You might see a couple different versions of yourself depending on your situation. But in the first series, they basically say it's useless for any kind of combat situation.
I mean,
right?
I'm inclined to agree. It seems pretty useless for combat.
Yeah.
But
it might be useful. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's where like the idea of compounding of like what they talk about in the book comes into play, because like you can invest gold, which he can do with whatever. I don't even know what trait that would be, but it's such a heavily invested metal that when he burns it, just like swallows it and burns it to do like his normal gold healing stuff, it accelerates because it's so invested. Accelerates it, 10 or 1,000-fold depending on how much he did it for.
Yeah.
Which is why he basically just heal after getting shot in the face.
Yeah, that was
that
also
shot in the face
mind-blowing
thing was
me.
crazy.
The whole
Say again?
I was saying the same thing, but like all of the fight scenes were kind of like that with him. Where the train fight scene was so cool. I had so much fun reading that one where they're like on top of the train. That one was so fun. I was reading it and it's always with Brandon Sanderson. I normally get like once I get like in it enough, I like have my little movie playing in my head, and it was so cool. It was so cool.
Yeah.
Like throwing each other off the train, and now he's on the side of the train. And trains are cool too. Trains.
Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know trains were cool,
Joe. Come on, trains.
Trains. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew?
Just ask Thomas the Tank Engine.
Right. But yeah, I loved all the fight scenes too. I don't think I was really particular towards the train scene. The scene where they try to trap him and then he uses a stick of dynamite to get out of it. That was crazy. That was the one I was like, okay, you ain't never gonna kill this fool. The other thing I thought was really cool is Marcy she lives in this world where no one values what she can do, right? No one values what she can do at all. And she has Wayne has the ability to slow time down, but she has the ability to speed time up, which seems very useless. Until it's not. But one of the things I thought was hilarious was Wayne was like, well, at least you could just speed up time if you're waiting for something exciting to happen. And she's like, oh yeah, I've done that. I've done that quite a bit. Yeah.
I mean, like, frankly, I might.
I wouldn't say I might. I would 100% do that. If you had the ability to, why would I sit through this boring stuff?
I think I would do it most with like baking, because like I have no sort of impulse control at all. And like I would probably bake so much more if I didn't have to wait for the end results.
Give it to me right now.
Yeah, or like waiting for like something to rise. Like I don't have to wait for it to rise. I'm like, okay, I put it in like the proof and it's rising, and I blink and cool, it's done. It didn't take 2 hours. This is great.
Yeah, I think those are great ways to use that ability for sure. But I love the fact that how they slowly bring Marcy out of her bubble. Like at first you're like, what is the purpose of this person? Like she's there all the time, but you don't really know. And then they're at that party and she's like, did you really do this? Did you really do that? And he's like, how do you know about this stuff? And
it's all
absolutely.
in your file.
Yeah. I loved her perceptions of reality just getting shattered.
Yeah.
By these just two dumb boys doing gun stuff. Like
yeah.
I think
think also that go ahead, Kailani.
One of them that made me laugh when she was like, there are 7 gunshot wounds here. There's only been 5 reported. I'll document what you tell me later. Like,
right? I need to document these other 2.
Like the world needs to know, Wax. We've got to know about it. The world needs to
know all of these things.
Like she mentally has the wiki in her head. It's like it needs to be updated right now.
Yes.
The other thing that was hilarious is like when they start to get robbed in that first wedding they're at, they're getting robbed, and she decides to pull out her notepad and take notes, and like how everyone looks, and Wax is like, "What are you doing?" And then she starts
like,
counting all these
stop that.
statistics. 65% of people who get robbed don't recognize, cannot describe the person after the fact. And he's like, what? First of all, how do you know that? And second of all,
if I'm in a hostage situation now, I'm going to do that. Like, I'm going to write shit down. This girl's not forgetting. You're going to take like a voice memo on
I thought it was
phone.
a great idea, but like at the same time, you're just like, what the hell? Wait, what, Kailani?
So I take a voice memo on my phone while it's going down.
Right.
6'4",
I'm getting robbed right now. The
dark
man's
hair,
about 6'6".
gray beard.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I loved that scene, and that scene kind of kicks off the whole rest of the book.
Oh,
right?
I was gonna say that. Like, that's when the first time I like got into the like era tune. I was like, okay, this is fun. It's industrial, like a little like industrialization. Like, this is really interesting. Then the wedding, and now it's just like, you get to see the boys go to work.
Yeah,
and they just clean it up.
And I love that Wax is very reluctant. Like he definitely plays the reluctant hero well. Yeah, and obviously the trauma of losing his wife, but it leads to him like trying to fight with Wayne, going, "Dude, don't do anything. There's too many innocent people."
But I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it was like,
and that was Wayne.
I'm doing something. I ain't Wayne. Listen, these fools. Nah, man, we gotta get at it. And
Dad, when you told me about the books, you told me that Wayne and Wax were brothers. They're not brothers.
Okay, well they're brothers.
Yes, they're basically brothers.
Yeah, they're like brothers, but they're not brothers.
No, you told me.
I never said that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay, I don't recall that.
Okay, well,
I don't recall that, and I believe that is a blatant disregard for the truth. That's what I think.
Would never. No, you told me.
Egad.
I remember you telling me that they're brothers, and I'm reading this, and I'm like, I mean, they act like.
I think you misunderstood something, because I know for sure they're not brothers. I know that they're both like half Terrace and half, Alimentic.
Non-Terrace,
yeah, non-Terrace. So but I didn't think that they were brothers at all. I didn't think that.
Oh.
But and that at no point is it ever pointed out there that they're any relation at all. But the other thing I was going to say is one of the funniest things that happens at the end of that wedding is the guy comes up to him and he's like, "There are 37 people dead." And the dude was like, 37, and he's like, "Holy crap.
Damn it, that was the worst thing we've ever seen."
Yeah, that's more deaths than fun. And he's yelling at Wax, and he's screaming at Wax, and then the dude was like, just kind of an FYI, all of those people were bad people, except for the one dude that got killed.
Yeah, the one.
Right at the start, before these two started going crazy. And then all of a sudden, old boy's like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Wait, what just happened?"
Those two?
These idiots here, they just killed everybody, all the bad people. There are no bad people living.
They did.
They're like, well, one bad person got away because you can't kill that fool. But yeah, the rest of these fools, yeah, he done put all these fools down. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, that first scene really kind of gets you excited for the rest. I think for the rest of the book, where you're like, I wonder what's going to happen next. I wonder how they're going to deal with this stuff next. And then Miracy, the more she comes out, the more you think too. And I have to agree with Kailani. The more you start thinking, oh, these two, Wax and Miracy, are going to get together. But now that you finished the book, Kailani, Wax killed that idea, right? At the end of the book, he's like, "Look, we can't. Like, you young enough to be my daughter. I can't. I can't get with you."
Yeah, I just don't really believe it, because if she can speed up time, I don't know. There's something that
she can speed up time and get old.
What?
That's not how that works. he keeps getting old. She never gets old.
Oh
like,
yeah, that's true. That is it's backwards. I got confused. Because that's the other thing I was talking to Jake about earlier. Wayne is older now because
that's true. And,
like he's aging faster.
Yeah.
And that was never something I thought about until Kailani brought it up. It was like, damn, yeah. Because they say he's like, 30-something by like the end of the last book. I'm like, but how old actually?
Yeah.
Right.
Because boy is slowing down time for shenanigans left and right.
Yeah. And
of all
rightly
sorts.
so. Like,
my favorite is when he slows down to change costumes and he's like, I've got a mustache now.
Right.
That's what
Yeah, that first scene where they were meeting Steris and Mercy, and he like all of a sudden he's changed, right? And then the other thing that was hilarious, he was like, "Hey, what's that on the wall?" And they all turn around, and then he stops time, and he's like, "Dude, can you believe these guys?"
And it works every time.
Yeah. Okay, on 3, cough. Ready? 1, 2. And then they turn. Yeah,
and
I
Wax
thought that was
is
hilarious.
just so annoyed the entire time. Wax is like, "What the fuck are you even doing here? Like, you are not invited. Go away."
And then at the end, the dude is like, Lord Harms is like, "Hey, maybe you can come." And Wax is like, No, he's got to go back to
he's got to go. He's got to go real quick.
This was a quick
deadly
is gone.
Afraid. He's got to go.
I thought that was hilarious. But yeah,
I feel like that was such a fun introduction to the way that like the bend alloy works in the series. Because like in the first era, you don't see any of the time wibbly bobblies or however you want to call it.
Well,
you know?
I mean, because you're dealing with someone who has all of the abilities, that was more interesting, right? So you don't really spend a whole lot of time like on someone who just has 1 or 2 abilities. You get the whole thing, and that was way more interesting. But I love the introduction to all of the characters right at the beginning, and the introduction to the action. But also, like, I loved the mystery. I loved that there was this great mystery, and you're trying to solve it the whole time. You're trying to figure out what the heck's going on. And you figure out that Miles' 100 lives is never going to die. And the way they actually capture him, I thought was brilliant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That whole end scene, and that's where, like, I just feel like Brandon Sanderson... I'm sure you're familiar with the term the Sanderlanche. You know, I mean,
like the last,
yeah. Oh, that's a cat. Don't mind that.
This is the first episode we haven't seen Kailani's cat.
That's true.
Oh, well, you got mine instead. Well, you got a broadside of mine. Oh, there he is. You can see him. Yeah, that's Spork. He's our guest today. Thank you for coming.
Right.
But yeah, I just feel like once every end sequence of like any Brandon Sanderson book, or just like, there's always like that one part that's like, you're like, oh, we're having a good old time. It's like, oh, everything's on fire now, and we're sprinting full speed. Here we go.
Right. The last couple of chapters, we're just going to be going all steam ahead. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, I really liked the mystery of the whole thing. I liked all of the characters, like Renette. I thought Renette was an awesome character.
Oh, she's a hoot.
Yeah, I really love the fact that every time they go see her, they're not quite 100% sure she's not going to shoot somebody. I always thought that was hilarious. And I love the fact that Wayne is in love with her, but she doesn't want to have anything to do with him.
And she can shoot him.
Yeah, I don't know why she hasn't, like...
She has.
Oh, she has several
times.
Lots
of times. Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Listen, I've only read it once, okay, guys?
I thought that was hilarious. That he, even though he gets shot, he still loves her. And then he when she doesn't shoot him, he's like, "Are you okay? Are you sick?"
Yeah. Is everything okay now?
Yeah. And in one of the books, they actually have this conversation about how, if someone doesn't end up dead at her doorstep every couple days, the police start wondering if she's okay. So yeah, I loved that character, and I loved like every now and then books do this really great job of giving you these auxiliary characters that seem very interesting all on their own.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know Renette's story. I want to know how she became a blacksmith, how she became, someone who is basically, what is that?
One of the
Agent
best
M.
gunsmiths in
She's basically Agent M for Wax and Wayne.
She's like, this is my special pretty. Like, go on, take her out, kill some people, let me know how it goes.
This gun does this very special thing that only you can do.
Yes.
Like, you're the only person who can use this gun. No one else can because of your allomantic abilities. Yeah, I thought that was great. But yeah,
cool guns.
yeah, lots of cool guns, lots of cool ammo. I love that they go to her and they're like, "Hey, just so you know, there's this what was it? The aluminum gun out there. Here's the gun. Here's the bullets. Now, what do you think?" And I thought that was great. She's like,
"Hey,
"Oh yeah,
you're our gun guy."
Yeah, and here
Tell
she's
us.
like immediately. She's like, "Oh yeah, this gun is made by such and such. This is his marking right here. Blah blah
It's
blah."
like,
I thought that was
like
great.
The pawn shop show. Like,
Oh yeah,
some-
Pawn Stars. yeah. Let's take this sword apart here. Let's put this handle out. Or we see here, this is marking right here. This is.
I don't know, I think it's
that's
worth
so
like
true.
$80.
I'll give you 20.
I'll give you $80 for it.
Yeah, it's actually worth $3,000.
Yeah.
But
I loved.
Rock,
Go
paper,
ahead.
scissors it out, guys.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say I really loved how, especially with Renette, you showed how, like, you go from, like, Mistborn Era 1, where it's this, like, magical fantasy, I mean, kind of, but not, like, super fantasy. But all of a sudden, how do guns work in that world?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, I can actually tell you, because you do a ceramic, and then you have a metal point, and so when you push on one, it kills the guy no matter what he does." And you're like, "Oh, wow, you're really, like, hard thinking all around this."
Yeah,
And
the
so it's
ceramic thing is way cool, right? The idea that it has no metal whatsoever, but is still strong enough to deal with
Rip
the
you up.
turbulence of being fired. And yeah, I thought that's way cool. And you don't need the expensive aluminum, right? Because aluminum's more expensive than gold. You don't even need that because you have this other ceramic concept. Yeah, I thought that's a. The other thing that I thought was interesting was at some point, don't they get arrows shot at them? Like, don't they get like
crossbow? No, that was in a. Don't
a
think
subsequent
it was
book,
this
one or the
book,
other?
but it was a flashback.
Oh,
But crossbows are still the good.
yeah,
anti
a good way to kill
metal.
Metalborn. Yeah,
Yes.
but yeah, there's so many interesting things. Like, he also does this thing at the very beginning of the book where he creates like this bubble around him where he pushes all metal away from him at all times. I thought that's cool. That I like that idea too.
Brandon
So
really said, "Let's see how many bubbles I can get in this book. Let's see."
Right. Yeah.
At least 3.
Yeah.
At least 3.
At least 3. But yeah, I'm trying to think what other things that I really love about this book. I love the relationship that they start to build with everyone, and Renette with Wax and Wayne, the little brother, big brother kind of vibe. And maybe that's what I was saying, because they do have this brother vibe, but they're not related. Like, you get the vibe, like you get the idea that Wax and Wayne have been together for a long time, that they almost complete each other's sentences. They know what each other's gonna do. Like, there's a scene at that wedding where he's like, "You want me to give you a push?" As they're coming out of the bubble. He's like, "Yeah, I'll take the push." And so when he gets out of the bubble, he pushes Wayne far enough that Wayne can do his business, while at the same time he's dealing with his own stuff, which is, that's something you got to practice, that you've had to have, do lots of times.
Like, you spent enough time together to have game plans ready to go.
Right.
And it's like, "Hey, man, do you want to do Thunder and Lightning? Let's go."
Right. Right. You want to do Injured Brother? You want to do Injured Brother?
Yes. No,
I don't remember if that was the name of it, but that was just that was from what was it?
Get Help. That was it. Yeah, I think from
was it
Thor
Get Help?
Ragnarok.
Yeah, from Ragnarok. Get Help.
Get Help.
Yeah, help, my brother, and then he throws it. Yeah, it's a great one. So yeah, but all right. Well, all right. What else? What else have we not talked about? Do we want to go over the ending? I feel like we're gonna do all of the spoilers anyway. So if we want to go over the ending, I don't
let's
mind.
just go over the ending. Let's do it. Go.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us your view of the ending, Jake. Since we're going over the ending now.
So like,
do you want to run through what happens?
Wait, at like the very, very end, or like the big climax end? Like, I just need to know what. End. Oh, okay, yeah.
Well,
so like
let's before we do that, let's talk about what actually is happening.
Yeah, let's hear
right.
it.
What is the thing that they discover, and then we could talk about how they decide to take it down. Right. So what is the thing that they discover? The Vanishers they're kidnapping people.
They're kidnapping people, and I believe the gang believes it's about, like, they're thinking about, like, genetics and breeding and things like that.
That was
and so,
like,
this is the prelude to the
end. This is what they discover. They discover that it's not about what they're stealing. It's about who they're kidnapping.
Who they're taking as hostages.
Yes.
And then
Yes, and then
Marcy. Yeah, Marcy figures out. No, she figures out that no, it's not just who they're taking. They're taking all women. So all of these, because Wax the whole time is thinking, oh, all of these people are secret allomancers, and she's like, no, they're not secret allomancers. These guys are breeding allomancers.
Yeah, they just have the genes for allomancers.
Yeah, and they're just going to end up breeding them. So in a year, you get all of these kids who are allomancers, right?
Just some nice eugenics. It's good.
Right, man. I mean, nobody's ever. That's never never. So there's that part of it, but then there's the whole vanishing part of it. How does the vanishing happen? And Wax ends up figuring this out, right?
Yeah,
and
so
I feel like it's a little bit of a cheat because you don't know until they explain it. This thing that how they're doing it, you don't realize that train tracks and rivers, canals run parallel. That's only explained.
Like towards the end, but I feel like that was such a cool little nod back to Era 1, though, where like, oh, traveling by canal is like the fastest way to go and do everything, and now through industrialization, no one thinks about the canals anymore.
Yeah.
So I just think that was a fun little commentary on that.
Yeah, that's true. But I think even still, like, when you think about rivers, like, I mean, you even think about the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River is still used for commerce. It's like, whenever you're going over that bridge, you see those barges coming. They're carrying coal and all kinds of crazy stuff going down those barges. So even now we're 100 years from, the quote-unquote industrial age, we're still using those rivers. And I would imagine it's going to be the same thing for this era or this area as well. But yeah, the whole idea that there is a train track that runs parallel to all of these canals is I thought, like, that's very interesting, because why would you set up another way to travel the exact same place? Right? Like, we don't really have train tracks that run parallel to the water, because the water is the way anyway. Like, it's cheap. It costs nothing to get on the water except for the boat, right? It costs nothing to get on the water and traverse the water. It costs money to build a train track to follow it, right? It's a huge investment. So, like, I don't know. In my mind, I'm thinking it's kind of a weird thing, but
I also feel like, into consideration that at the end of Era 1, their whole world was remade. And if you look at a map in Ellendale, the canals and rivers are pretty straight. They're not really like crazy one way or another.
Right.
And so
yeah,
was
that's
that
true.
You know, so it's like, was it too easy? Just like, oh yeah, if we can go just, faster over rail, as opposed to like, just going on down the river.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's just capitalism at that point.
So the way that they're doing it is they're doing it via a crane. They stop the train. This crane comes across the water, and it has this counterweight. Obviously, it picks up the cargo that they want. They move it off the train, and then immediately they let the train keep going. And it only took like a couple of minutes to do this whole thing, and no one realizes that it happened. Right?
Yeah,
they don't
real
realize
crazy
it
that
until
the big bait and switch is like all it was a switcheroo.
Yeah,
and that's the twist, which is fantastic.
It's a great twist. Like the minute you hear it, you're like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense." and yeah, so I thought that was great. But yeah, the Miles 100 lives and the fact that Wax has dealt with him before, and that they were partners the entire time, or not really partners, but they're good enough friends. Yeah, good enough associates that there's one part in the book where Wayne actually tells him, "Hey, why are you here? You're supposed to be in the roughs. I left you in charge." And he's like, "I gave it to Miles." Remember? Do you remember that scene where he's like, "Yeah, I let Miles handle it."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Miles doesn't handle it. Miles kills everyone. What are you doing?"
I totally forgot about that. I forgot that he was the one.
Yeah, and it's thrown in very like
casually. Yeah, it's offhanded.
Yeah, it's a very offhanded comment. And if you're like the second or third time you're reading, you're like, "Oh, wait a minute, that's Miles right there. They're talking about." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that they tried to kill him so many ways. Like he has this big stick of dynamite, and he's like, "I'm gonna blow him up," and then like they trap him in the net, and like he's like, "All right, I'm gonna throw this stick of dynamite at him," but then the fool brings out his own dynamite and explodes the dynamite to get away from the net. And the whole time Wax is like, "Well, shit, I don't even know what to do now. Like, I got nothing. That was my big plan." And
which is also a wild way. Like, I'm trapped in a net. What can I do? I guess I'll blow myself up.
Yeah, I'm gonna survive it. So let me just blow myself up.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was crazy, and the fact that after it happens, he's like, "I don't even know what else to do. I guess we're just push him off the train, maybe, and see if we can survive this. Let's just push him off the train." Yeah.
I did really enjoy towards the end when Miles and Wax were clashing, where like Miles realizes that Wax rigged the train door or something, and he's like, "Oh hell!" And then like a little bit later, Wayne looks at something and he's like, "Oh hell!" I'm like,
Right.
See, they are a little similar. They both have the same catchphrase sometimes.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And they're like, you're right. They very much know each other so well that they have this whole, "Listen, I know what he's gonna do. I know you don't think he's in this train, but he's in the train. He's already in there. So just get ready. When we open the door, start firing because he's in there." And they're like, "There's no way he could be in there." He's like, "Trust me, he's
But he
in there." Yeah. I thought that was awesome. So I guess the next question is, Kailani, and I guess we should talk about one more thing before we move on, but the way they capture him is they basically put Marcy in this situation where she can speed up time. And what takes 2 minutes, Miles ends up doing like monologuing. He does a little bit of monologuing, And then Marcy goes in there and it's like, don't kill him yet, don't kill him yet. And the whole time, she's holding him in a speed bubble. And when she finally breaks that speed bubble, there's like hundreds of police officers around him ready to take him down. And that's the only way that they could have possibly taken him out. Yeah. And I thought, what a great plan. And, you know, there is no other person that could have done that but Marcy. Like, obviously, Wax can't do that. Wayne can't do that. You know, you needed this person, and it's the one person, like, that everyone is saying she has no value, right? This is the one situation where her ability really matters. In every other situation, you're like, maybe, maybe not. But in this one situation, it really helped.
Unless you're baking,
right?
Then it's also important.
Unless you're baking, then it's a huge help. An enormous help. All right, so the next book after this is what? What's the name of the next one?
I don't know.
Bands of Mourning?
It's not the Bands of Mourning, is it?
It's not.
Isn't it the something of self?
Oh, Shadows of
Shadow of Self. Shadows of Self. Yeah. That one's fun.
Are we gonna read all of these now, Dad? Is that the plan?
Well, I don't know.
I already did. So come on, catch up, Kailani.
Through with them. I'm reading the Bands of Mourning. I'm going to read them all, and I know Kailani and I will probably have to talk about a different book. But yeah, I'll probably read them all.
Okay, well, I have a 1-year-old, so limits my time.
No, it sounds like you should get an audiobook.
I did.
I would suggest that you listen to them all because they're just as good as the first series.
Yeah.
I don't know. The first series is so heavy.
I feel like
this is so much lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like the pacing's better.
Yeah, the pacing
for just like
better.
A quick little go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing I like is I love the mystery. Like there's a mystery to solve every book, and I really
every single book.
Yeah, and then what's great is at the end of all of the books, all of the things that you learn all come together at that final book.
Which he does
in the final
so good
book, you're
like
yeah,
Brandon knows
really
how to do
every
that
time.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I don't think that this is the book that you and I are going to be getting into, Kailani. I think what we're going to be getting into is The Way of Kings.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, before you get too deep into getting to this series, you need to, carve out some time to start reading The Way of Kings.
Well, are you going to buy it for me, Dad?
Of course, I guess.
Yay!
Yeah, I'll make sure you get a copy.
Yay!
I'll make sure you get a copy. Or I'll just come up and give you the copy that I have.
Okay. Well, Adam and I are going down next weekend, so.
Oh, well, come by. I'll give you a copy.
Wait.
Okay, so Kailani, how long do you think it would take you to read 1,200 pages?
With a Brandon Sanderson book, I can approximately get 50 pages in a day. Because I actually have to actually think when I read his book. So that's a month. That is 26.
I will say, in the very least, in the actual books, sometimes there's pictures, and that's quite nice. You don't get those in the audiobooks,
That's true.
Well, I'll probably, if I do both, like if I do the audiobook and the things, normally like if I drive to and from work, like my drive is like a half hour to work. So that will knock off an hour a day, and then like I can just get home, do whatever. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting better at my systems to get it done. This week was really rough though. I'm shocked I even got to finish it because I was in and out of the ER with my kid all week. So that was fun.
Oh yeah, that might put a damper on things.
Yes, it really did. I said, please
don't give her excuses, Jake. Don't fall for these excuses, kid. You're 4 hours in the ER. What else you gonna do but sit there and read? So what if the baby's crying? Just read over it.
Ooh, that is a good counterpoint on Joe.
Listen. I was a little bit in a panic, okay? My kid stopped breathing, so...
All right, we'll give you the kid
right.
stop breathing bit if you're going to keep bringing that up.
And that's what you're going to ride.
That's what you're going to ride on. A kid not breathing. Jeez. All right, well, hey, I really appreciate you coming on, Jake. Any final words?
It's my
If
pleasure.
you were going to give, let me ask you this: you're going to give this book a rating, 1 to 5. What's your rating for
Alloy
the
of
Lost Metal? Oh, the Alloy of Law.
Yeah, that's the last book, Joe. I mean, I give it a solid like a 4.1. Like it's a good, or like a high threes or low fours. Like it's a good intro into like era 2 in the world, but it's not my favorite in era 2.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would give this a solid 4.5 because the other
Fair,
books are.
yeah.
One of the books is probably a 5.
Easy.
Yeah, Kailani.
I gave
Wait,
it
which one are you talking about though?
Well, you'll have to listen to the podcast to figure that out.
Oh, you got me there, Joe. Apologies. Kailani, continue.
It's all good. I gave it a 3.5. I know. It's kind of low. But like, I just like it was fine. I liked it. I don't have any.
Yeah,
qualms
I would
with it. The
definitely
characters
recommend
are
reading
fun.
the other books because I think they get better. I think that you're getting a lot of context about these characters on this book, and that kind of plays out. And I'm just gonna say this: I love who Steris becomes. Like,
Agree. Hard agree.
Right now, she's just a no one, and she's quite annoying. But that all starts to change the more you learn about her, and the more her and Wax spend time together. Which I think that's how all relationships are. The more you spend time together, the more you start to learn more about each other. You figure out the best ways to serve each other, and you become a better couple. And I think that is what happens in their relationship, which is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was gonna say because like book 3, I think Bands of Mourning, you really get to see that bloom, and that is probably like, I think Bands of Mourning is my favorite book in the series.
Yeah,
and that's
I
not
would
necessarily a small
there
part about it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we're out of time here today, but I want to thank Jake for stopping by on our podcast, and I hope that Jake, you'll continue to listen to our podcast as we have more of these books to cover. And so thanks everyone for listening, and we tell all your friends about our podcast. And listen to us next week when we go over more books. Yeah. Hi, Aunt Nancy.
Hi, Aunt Nancy.
All right. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. This is Dad Read This. I'm Dad, and
I'm Kailani.
This is...
And I'm Jake.
And we'll see you on the next chapter.
I was waiting for see you on the next chapter. Have a great one.